My only dissatisfaction with the whole process was, we both signed documents to be drug tested by WADA, and none of that happened. There was no testing by the commission before the fight and after the fight, and they said that they explicitly stated that the commission was not required to do the testing and that they chose not to do any testing for this fight. So I really think that there's something up in that regard, but it is what it is. He was a better man tonight. My biggest issue with him as a fighter is the drug testing. And I believe that there's something going on with that team. And, the need to have us come to Minnesota to fight him here in Minnesota. They avoided fighting me in Vegas, but they were happy to fight me here in Minnesota where there's no drug testing. And only to make me think that, it's not that I would have had any means of cheating, but come on. You make me sign a contract for WADA testing, and then there's no testing whatsoever. So it feels like, what's a setup, and it is what it is, It is what it is, yeah.
Do you think that it's a big possibility that Morrell is possibly on something?
Absolutely. I believe 100% that he's on something because in the fight in April, we saw a lot of acne on his face and on his back. And I definitely feel like, yes, he is on something. He's big, he's strong, and it's more around the fact that they make you think they're going to test and they don't test because they want to give themselves that advantage, you understand? So I'm like, okay, if you have nothing to hide, why are you refusing to test? You have nothing to hide, so why are you refusing to test? So.
When you look at, how was the power from Morrell? Was it something that was surprising to you, or how was it exactly?
It was definitely, thank you so much.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Yes, it was definitely, surprising. The shot that I got caught with, after rewatching the video, I realized that, I got hit with one that was just right at the top of my head. That was what started everything. And then, I found myself in the corner, and then he followed up with a couple more punches. Not his typical barrage, but that first one pretty much got me good, which at the time I did not recognize. So he has good power, but all of that is negated when, your drug testing is in question, you understand? And that's what I want to be critically looked at because he brings people here to Minnesota and there's no drug testing. And currently there's a lawsuit against him by Mario Cazares, against him and his team. He's suing on him and everybody else about the fact that when he came here to fight him, there was no drug testing. They made him think there was going to be drug testing. There was no drug testing. And so there's a huge possibility that he could have gotten away with whatever they wanted to load up their system with. And it's not fair when, as athletes, we work so hard, invest tens of thousands of dollars to get ready for these fights, only, for somebody to work half as hard and then, use, steroids or whatever PEDs there are to have an unfair advantage. Now, I'm not saying that he's used PEDs, but the fact that there was no testing and they led us to believe that there would be testing creates suspicion.